Daddy, a pussy.
To me?
To you.
You're a cat.
A Cheshire cat.
Let me have it.
Very curious.
Alice in Wonderland, released in 1951, stands as one of the most imaginative and unconventional animated films of its era, a project that reflects both creative ambition and artistic risk. Emerging during a period when animated storytelling was largely grounded in moral clarity and emotional warmth, this film chose a different path, embracing absurdity, wordplay, and surreal fantasy. It adapts Lewis Carroll's classic literary work into a visual experience that feels more like a dream than a traditional narrative, prioritizing atmosphere, rhythm, and curiosity over a linear emotional arc. The result is a film that has continued to divide audiences while steadily growing in appreciation for its boldness and originality. The story centers on Alice, a curious young girl whose imagination often drifts beyond the rigid expectations placed upon her. She is introduced in a calm, orderly setting, contrasted sharply with the chaos that soon follows. When she notices a peculiar white rabbit behaving like a person and anxiously checking the time, her curiosity overrides logic, leading her to follow him into a rabbit hole. This single decision becomes the gateway to Wonderland, a place where reality bends, language twists upon itself, and logic operates by its own strange rules. From the moment Alice arrives, the film establishes that this world is not meant to be understood in conventional ways. Wonderland itself is presented as a patchwork of bizarre encounters, rather than a structured journey. Alice's size constantly changes, symbolizing her struggle to find balance and identity in a world that refuses to adapt to her. She meets a series of eccentric characters, each embodying a different aspect of nonsense and unpredictability. The dodo presides over a nonsensical race. The caterpillar speaks in riddles while questioning Alice's sense of self, and the Cheshire cat appears and disappears at will, offering cryptic guidance that often raises more questions than answers. These encounters are not designed to teach clear lessons, but to immerse the viewer in a realm governed by whimsy. As Alice continues her journey, the Mad Hatter and the March Hare introduce one of the film's most memorable sequences. Their tea party defies time, etiquette, and reason, looping endlessly in a state of cheerful chaos. Conversation jumps from one subject to another without warning, and the idea of logic becomes irrelevant. This scene captures the essence of Wonderland perfectly, emphasizing how the film uses musical numbers and dialogue not to advance a plot in a traditional sense, but to reinforce mood and theme. The humor is rapid, playful, and often absurd, appealing more to imagination than to narrative coherence. The Queen of Hearts serves as the closest thing to an antagonist, ruling with exaggerated fury and unpredictable cruelty. Her obsession with order is ironic, as her kingdom is anything but orderly. She shouts, commands, sentences others impulsively, and demands obedience through fear rather than reason. Alice's confrontation with the Queen represents her growing frustration with Wonderland itself. By this point, the constant nonsense has become overwhelming, and Alice begins to long for structure, fairness, and clarity. This emotional shift subtly grounds the film, reminding viewers that beneath the fantasy lies a child searching for meaning. The climax arrives as Alice challenges the authority of Wonderland, rejecting its illogical rules and refusing to be intimidated. Her defiance triggers chaos, blurring the line between dream and reality even further. The world collapses into confusion, leading to Alice's eventual awakening. She returns to the real world, where the order she once found dull now appears comforting. The ending reinforces the idea that Wonderland exists as a reflection of imagination rather than a place meant for permanent escape. It is a dream that invites exploration, but not residence. From a creative standpoint, the film marked a departure from the emotional storytelling style that had defined earlier animated features. Rather than focusing on romance or clear moral development, it leaned heavily into episodic structure and visual experimentation. The animation style is bright, exaggerated, and highly stylized, designed to reflect the distorted logic of Wonderland. Characters move in unusual ways. Backgrounds feel fluid and playful, and color choices enhance the surreal tone. This approach made the film stand out visually, even among other animated works of its time. The voice cast played a crucial role in bringing these eccentric characters to life. Alice's voice conveys innocence and curiosity, grounding the audience amid the surrounding madness. The supporting characters are voiced with exaggerated personalities, using tone and rhythm to emphasize their absurd traits. Rather than aiming for realism, the performances embrace theatricality, reinforcing the sense that Wonderland operates like a stage where logic is optional. This choice aligns with the film's overall commitment to fantasy and exaggeration. Musically, the film relies heavily on songs to express character and atmosphere. The musical numbers are often playful, fast-paced, and lyrically inventive, mirroring the nonsense poetry of the original literary work. Instead of emotional ballads, the songs serve as extensions of the characters' personalities, whether it is the frantic urgency of the White Rabbit or the nonsensical joy of the Tea Party. Music becomes another tool to immerse viewers in Wonderland's rhythm, enhancing the dreamlike experience. Upon its initial release, the film received mixed reactions. Some audiences found it too strange and lacking the emotional warmth they expected from animated features. Its episodic nature and refusal to provide a clear moral message left certain viewers confused. However, over time, perspectives shifted. As animation evolved and audiences grew more receptive to experimental storytelling, the film gained recognition for its creativity and faithfulness to the spirit of Lewis Carroll's work. It came to be appreciated as a bold artistic choice rather than a flawed narrative. The legacy of Alice in Wonderland lies in its willingness to embrace imagination without compromise. It does not attempt to explain Wonderland or justify its logic. Instead, it invites viewers to accept the absurd and enjoy the journey. This approach has influenced countless adaptations and interpretations of the story across different mediums. The film demonstrated that animation could explore abstract ideas, playful language, and surreal imagery without needing to conform to traditional storytelling expectations. In retrospect, the film can be seen as a reflection of childhood curiosity itself. Alice's journey mirrors the experience of growing up, encountering rules that seem arbitrary and adults who speak in contradictions. Wonderland exaggerates these feelings, turning them into visual and musical spectacle. By the end, Alice's desire to return home feels earned, suggesting that imagination and reality must coexist rather than replace one another. Today, Alice in Wonderland remains a distinctive entry in animation history. Its bold visuals, eccentric characters, and commitment to nonsense ensure that it stands apart from more conventional narratives. While it may not resonate with everyone in the same way, its influence and originality are undeniable. The film endures not because it offers clear answers, but because it celebrates curiosity, imagination, and the freedom to explore worlds where anything, no matter how illogical, feels possible.